tickets left. How about this? So there's a limited schedule this weekend, and it's kind of why some of these teams play these games. They get a little bit of the spotlight. Two of the games will be down on the borderland, down in El Paso and in Cruces. UTEP, coming off a bowl season, they get a conference game to open up, a North Texas team who went on a run at the end of last season. North Texas goes in there for a conference game in week 0. They're reporting they only got about 4,000 tickets left in the Sun Bowl, which is over 50,000. And the Aggies are talking about only having about 3,000 tickets left for their Stuff the Stadium game. So you could have north of 25, 26, 27,000 people in Aggie Memorial Stadium, which would be a wonderful sight for New Mexico State for Jerry Kill's first game down there.
You'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Because the excitement, the hope, rally around the team, the uncertainty of the rest of the season, of what they're going to be, go out there, 0 week, stuff the stadium, enjoy ourselves, have some fun, and let's go.
Yeah, I think it would be wonderful. And there's an excitement in both of those places. And the Lobos will play both of them. They get UTEP on the 17th of September. They get the Aggies on the 15th of October. And so it's a good chance for you to kind of get a look at both of them. The UTEP game will be on Stadium, so you'll have to find that via the interwebs. And the Aggie-Nevada game will be available for you on ESPN2. So the Aggies open up on ESPN2 in a wonderful slot, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 10 o'clock East Coast Time. People are going to be – I think people are jonesing for football that matters. I think even somebody who doesn't know a damn thing about New Mexico State or Nevada, and maybe you could lean on this a little bit, but you're sitting in New York City and you're jonesing. It's 0 week. I mean, you're watching week 3 of NFL preseason garbage, or you're watching a game that might matter even if you don't know who they are.
No, watching a game that matters for sure.
Right?
It's exciting.
I think so too. Hawaii Vanderbilt will be on late night too. So you've got games. You've got games to watch throughout the day. So it's pretty cool that people are kind of getting into this and stuff. The stadium now, it's going to be on that Aggie team to perform.
For 1 week, you're going to stuff the stadium.
Well, okay. So first of all, if they beat Nevada, you can turn that momentum into what do they have? Who's their next home game? They go to Minnesota next week, and then they come back for. No, they're on the road for 3. They're on the road for 3. They go to UTEP, and then they go to Wisconsin. So would it be? It might be, because after the 2 power schools, who knows what's going to happen? Is it the 1 week you're going to stuff the stadium? Fine, ride it, ride it, enjoy it. I mean, try figure it
Absolutely.
out. But it might be. If you're going down there, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Aggie fan, where are you? The season starts, and are you excited about this? Cowboy fan, jump in today at 505-246-0610. Teron Smith, your left tackle, out indefinitely with a left hamstring issue. And, wow, I mean, that's an offensive line start like that. I mean, we've talked a lot about the Buccaneers' offensive line. You get those 2 teams going at each other on week 1. You take the under week 1 with all those beat-up offensive lines? Just you play both those defenses?
No.
No?
Not taking the under.
All right.
No, not going there.
What would the under be that make you take it? I mean, it's typically the basic NFL over-under is 42.5. You're going over on that in the Cowboys-Bucks?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Not sure I am. We'll see.
For New Mexico State,
Yeah.
as well, how much do you think it plays into their opener that it's Nevada
As opposed to Maine?
or Lamar? Like something that's on their schedule?
So quite a bit, because of 3 things. One, Nevada is going to resonate way more with that crowd than it will with
The whack.
than Maine or Lamar or anything. B, because it's not Lamar, because it's not Maine, ESPN2 picked up the game. They weren't going to pick up a game in New Mexico State versus Lamar. So that's 2. And 3, it's the beginning of an era of a brand new coach who's been down there and making jokes for the last 9 months or 8 months and entertaining the crowds, and now they get to see him, and there's some excitement about it. So I think it's a three-prong deal. Yeah, it's a lot more because It's an opponent that they recognize. It used to be a conference opponent. It's somebody that they like to be a conference opponent. Because it's that opponent, it got picked up by national television, and it's the debut of a brand new coach. So, yeah, I think it significantly plays. And so when Aggie fan comes in a week on Labor Day, and we will be here on Labor Day, right? Are we working
Yes.
Labor Day? All right. And says, we had a bigger crowd than you did, and to Lobo fan, well, I think that's a big part of it, don't you?
Yeah, and also, Lobos never got that opportunity
To do what?
to have the debut at home of their head football coach in year one.
That's correct. Yeah, no, that and you only get one chance at a first impression. But Danny Gonzalez's debut was, his home debut was in Las Vegas, at the old stadium there. No, that's 100% right. You never got that chance. But it's you bring up a really interesting point on the scheduling piece, because opening up against a FCS, and many schools do it. I mean, look around. It helps you. It's almost like, let's get our feet wet. It's I'm not going to call it a preseason game because it counts, but it's that game that gets you going. But does it get your people as excited as opposed to playing that FCS game in week 2, 3, 7, whatever? The advantage for that one, New Mexico State. Now, I'm not telling you there's a right way to do it or a wrong way to do it, but to your point, yeah, I think there's more excitement down there for them because of the opponent, because of the national television, because of the debut of a new coach. Do you disagree with that?
No, I agree with it. I like, even if you're opening the season, I'm a fan of like opponents. Like I just am.
Yeah.
Like and that's the one thing. It's tough because football,
Yeah.
and I think it's like baseball. From some people I was talking to, like you don't have preseason games. You can do it in every other sport. Football, you just go. And
College
that's
football.
College football.
Yeah.
And so that's why a lot of these coaches and people, they do like to bring in their FCS opponent week one. Have yourself your run through that counts.
And your
Best case scenario.
Yeah, and your like opponent would be New Mexico State or UTEP this year, right? Your other non-conference games are Maine and LSU. And I don't think those are like opponents. I think your like opponents are UTEP and New Mexico State. And some of you say, well, it's New Mexico State. Fine, whatever. But if you look through it, I mean, how many FCS teams are scheduled this weekend out of 13 games? North Carolina's playing Florida A&M. Florida State's playing Duquesne. UNLV's playing Idaho State, and Western Kentucky's playing Austin Peay. So there's 4 out of, I think, the 13 or 12 or whatever the number is this week. Next week, for people who are opening up, it's way more significant with the FCS. But it's a schedule strategy, and it's also, I mean, do you think Jerry Kill would rather open up against Maine or open up against Nevada?
Probably Maine.
Right? But he wouldn't stuff the stadium for it.
Yeah.
No. And so look, I think this schedule was determined long before Jerry Kill got there, because I'm telling you, he doesn't want to play 3 of these body bag games. I know that for a fact. He doesn't want to have to play.
Oh yeah, once you get into Conference USA, you're not going to have to.
Well, you could probably
Maybe still
play 1 or
might
2.
see 2.
Well, they got who's the third? They got Missouri's the third, because they're going to Wisconsin and Minnesota. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails will come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. On the Twitter, it's _JJ Buck. Facebook, you can watch the show, become a friend on Facebook. The OD in the AM. Adrian produces on the visual medium side. It's on ProView Networks, Comcast Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico. It's also on their YouTube channel on ProView Networks and on our Facebook page. A. Marie's got you on the radio side as she gets ready for her big shows, plural, over the weekend here on K. Marie. So you can call her at 505-246-0610. When we come back, Lakers seem to have made a trade that, I don't know, it feels big because something with the Lakers had to feel big, and so I don't know how big it really is, but they made a trade, and it's in the backcourt. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. Hi.
Kevin Durant wanting out of Brooklyn, although now Kevin Durant is going to make the partnership work in Brooklyn. Did you see the press conference that had his logo, their logo, partnership?
The partnership.
It's part of a damn team. It's interesting. Then it was Kyrie to the Lakers. Get Russ out of there. The Lakers have made a trade, and it looks like they're bringing in a guard, Patrick Beverly from Utah, in exchange for Taylor Horton Tucker and Stanley Johnson. It's not done yet, but it looks like it's just about done. He's a 34-year-old guy coming back to L.A. where he played with the Clippers from 2017 to 2021. He's a tenacious defender. This is interesting. How does that work with Russ, or does it matter at this point?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Patrick Beverly is a good rotation piece. You said it. He's a good defender. He's going to help them. You need guys like this in a roster that don't need the basketball. They're going to play hard every night.
It's a piece.
That's Patrick Beverly. And you didn't have to give up anything to get him.
Yeah. Well, you gave up. So you bring in an expiring contract. So after this year, he's going to make $13 million this year, and it expires. So all the Lakers will have on the books for going into next year is LeBron James and Anthony Davis. James will make $46.7 million, and Anthony Davis a little over $40 million. So you'll have $97 million committed after this year, and you'll be able to go get whatever LeBron wants that time. I'm listening to. I was listening to it last night. I was listening to it this morning. All kinds of talk. I just don't think this is nearly as significant as people want to make it out to be. I think it's the Lakers, and so people want it to be significant because it's the Lakers and because it's LeBron and because they did something.
Starting player.
Okay.
It's not groundbreaking. Like, it's not, oh my gosh, superstar was traded. But you just think about it. Stanley Johnson, Taylor Horton Tucker. Like, Tucker didn't develop into a star. He's the dude that wore a Lakers jersey and like, oh, they got something there.
Yep.
Well, it was Caruso. Caruso's the one to buy in. Like, Alex Caruso
was the one that got away.
Was the one that got away. Was a good player. It's not every young guy that throws on a Laker uniform. So at least Patrick Beverly, you get a starting caliber guard that plays a strong role alongside dominant stars.
Okay. I mean, it's the Lakers and they got a starter. I get that. I don't know how much better I think that makes them, but okay. All right, since we're on basketball, we need to hit this story, and it's not a fun story for New Mexico State. KTSM, I had not heard of this. Had you heard about Edmund Pryor, the former New Mexico State basketball coach who's no longer with the men's basketball program? There were forgery allegations. Had you heard this before? I don't know.
I saw the headline.
Okay.
Yes.
KTSM in Colin Deaver in El Paso reported this yesterday, that Edmund Pryor, and the name, I don't expect the name to mean anything to you. He was hired by New Mexico State men's basketball coach Greg Heyer in June as a defensive analyst. He's no longer with the program. He was arrested. Allegations of forgery, according to KTSM. School, New Mexico State confirmed to KTSM that yesterday. So there was a story in the Chicago Tribune that, and I don't know how the Chicago Tribune broke this story, but Pryor evidently was arrested. One count of forgery earlier this month. He was released on bail. He allegedly created, according to the story, false pay stubs, false documents, which confirmed employment for defendants on house arrest while their court cases were ongoing. And the intent was to get their cases moving along in the system. So the companies mentioned that he allegedly forged documents for were Amazon and UPS, and he's alleged.
This happened in Chicago.
Yeah, this was in Chicago, right? And he was alleged to have created false auto financing documents and received bank payments the same day the documents were sent. So they released him. Mario Mocha, the athletic director, evidently, according to KTSM, did confirm that Pryor is no longer with the program, and Pryor expressed his innocence to the Chicago Tribune. The Tribune said charges were not filed against Pryor until July 13th, so that was a little over a month ago, which was 2 weeks after he was announced as a member of New Mexico State's coaching staff. So he was arrested August 6th at O'Hare Airport, right after the Aggies' trip to the Bahamas. So I looked at this and I know where this goes, or I think I do. Should they have done their due diligence? How did this happen? How do you let this happen? Did they do a background check? I've heard Lobo fan tell me, well, if this was us, we'd be getting killed. You're probably right. Like if this was UNM and this happened here as opposed to New Mexico State, would they be on it? Would the Journal be on it? Would everybody be on it more? Yeah, I think probably right. And that comes with being the bigger dog, right? In the state, you get more and more attention when you do good things, and more attention when there's negatives to the program. But it is what it is. I'm going to assume now that the story's out and that KTSM broke the story yesterday, more local outlets will pick it up. It'll become a story. The timing's a bummer. 2 days before football season starts. I as I read through this, I'm thinking, okay, I don't know the dude at all. Like, I have no idea. And is it on Greg Heyer, who made the hire? Is it on, where did it slip through the cracks? Should they have known? But if there's no record of anything happening before, how would you know what a guy's doing, right?
That is correct.
And so I don't know. How do I feel about it? I feel like it's a bad look for New Mexico State, and it's a bummer. But I need to know more before I sit here and chastise them, because there's a real good chance. Hey, dude was, I've known the dude forever. I didn't know he was doing this. Pretty good guy. He had no record. We did our background check, and I had no idea he was doing this mess. And he says he wasn't.
Yeah. But it's also the fact that you said, who do you know? How do you know them?
Yeah.
Who's vouching for them? You're willing to give second chances. I guess 2019 he was fired by city colleges amid theft accusations.
So there was something there.
So you could just be like, he was wrongly accused, and giving him a next opportunity because he became an assistant at Trenton College after that.
Okay.
And then works his way to this opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just want to acknowledge, it's out there, and I know you're going to start seeing it and take your pokes at it. I just don't know that I know enough about it to make a tell you how I feel. The Aggies, evidently New Mexico State moved swiftly, and he's no longer with the program, and he's out of jail in Chicago, where he was arrested. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Emails this morning, the morning that you learned that Teron Smith, the left tackle for the Dallas Cowboys, out indefinitely with a hamstring injury. There's another major, I don't know if it's a major injury, but it's an injury that's a major story. He was drafted high in the NBA draft, and the concerns were, is he durable enough? Hadn't even been to camp yet, and he's hurt, and it's a concern in Oklahoma City. We'll talk about that when we come back. Your computer systems are vital to the success of your business. If your computer systems don't work, productivity grinds to a halt, and there's a whole lot that can go wrong. You got network servers, remote access, there's hackers to think about, and most business owners don't have time to be computer technicians, and most business owners aren't qualified to be computer technicians. That's why ABQIT is a name you should know. ABQIT. Look, you just want to know a few things, right? You want to know that your system's going to work, that your system is secure, and how much is it going to cost me every month. ABQIT has a business model with your business in mind. They'll monitor your computers, they'll monitor your network, they'll keep everything operating smoothly, and provide state-of-the-art cybersecurity to protect the entire operation. Then they update your computer equipment periodically. Right? It always feels like you buy a computer, it's out of date right away, right? They update it. It's all part of the one monthly fee that you know what it is. So if they come out and they're out there fixing something, your fee doesn't go up every month. You know what it is every month. Remember the attacks, Bernalillo County, APS? Those systems were paralyzed for days. It cost them a lot of money. Don't let that happen to your business, and don't be naive thinking that it won't happen. Best of all, this happens at one predictable cost. ABQIT handles it all. There's no more different providers for your internet, your cybersecurity, and when you need to buy new computers, one company, one affordable cost. Get a free assessment. See what ABQIT can do for your business. Visit abq-it.com. abq-it.com. No more worrying about your computer systems when you do business with ABQIT.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game, from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game, from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
iTunes App Store. Just search KNML.
Well, there was some discussion at the top of the NBA draft. Who should it be? And there was a lot of agreement that potentially the biggest upside was Chet Holmgren, the 7-foot unicorn from Gonzaga. But the concern was his slight frame and could it hold up and would he break? It's the opening drive. Good morning to you. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. J.J., he hadn't played a game, hadn't gotten a camp with Oklahoma City yet. But now the number 2 overall pick in the draft by Oklahoma City has suffered an injury. He was playing in an exhibition game up in Seattle, undergoing evaluation, and the concern is ligament damage in his foot. JJ, big dudes and foot injury early in career has so often been the death knell of a career.
And this is just a bummer because this has nothing to do with his frame.
I agree with that.
Like it just landed, and his foot gave out. He's playing defense on LeBron James at Pro-Am, and came away hobbling. it just you hate to see it because here we go again. Because at this point, I don't think a body's in question. Because what are you supposed to do? Because Zion came in and he's certain. Well, he's too big. Well, this guy's too skinny.
Body,
it's like this one's too hot. This one's too cold.
Right.
This one's just right. Like dude gets hurt. It's athletics. It's just terrible to see it for a guy before he even gets a chance to step on the court in NBA regular season. And they were going to take it slow with Chet Holmgren this year. And it's still the long game for Oklahoma City. But I hate it when these young guys already get marked with this because it's not going away. And what could end up just being a freak accident is going to get mixed into, well, can't trust this guy his career.
I think unfortunately that's right, and I'm not sure I buy into it. Well, he's gonna break. He can't endure. Guys get hurt, and it was to your point. He was playing at the crossover pro-am, Jamal Crawford's game in Seattle, and he said he went up to defend LeBron at the rim. He appeared to land awkwardly. It's not like it was just he came down and it was. It just gave out. He landed awkwardly, as guys do when you're playing basketball. And he was limping. He tried to make his way back down the court. He left the game. And then they called off the entire event because there was condensation on the court because it was so hot and humid. Although I'm not sure, and word is that they're not saying it was because of the court. But there's no more information. He's under evaluation. But I agree with you. He's going to get labeled as injury prone because – first of all, even though he had no injuries prior, he just didn't. He had no injuries going into this. Because he's 7 foot, 180 pounds, the people looked at him and said, okay, he's not going to be able to make it. It's just what he's going to be. Now he gets injured. What do you think of these pro-ams, by the way? Because this is not an all-star game. I watched the all-star game in February, and nobody plays defense. I'm watching these pro-ams, and dudes are playing.
They're just doing it in front of people instead of in a closed gym.
Yeah, fair enough.
They're playing in the summer.
Yeah,
all these guys already. And there's been a different buzz this summer.
I agree with that.
Pro-ams and guys getting together and playing basketball. And if you're a basketball fan, you got the opportunity to show up in that gym. That's awesome. You got Chet Holmgren and LeBron James playing there. And it's a freak accident for Chet Holmgren, who I was so excited for. You just see his attitude. You see his willingness to be aggressive, to prove everyone wrong. Even with the ligament damage, it's going to be essentially a redshirt season for him, but I'm still excited to see what he can do.
I've been on the Chet Holmgren train. I think he's got the potential to be terrific. Big guys with foot injuries early in their career, non-contact foot injuries, scare the crap out of me. And I think of, what was Odom? I go back to Sam Bowie, but Ohio State that was picked.
Greg Oden?
Greg Odom. It picked in front of Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he had.
I think I'll go back to Bill Walton.
70-year-old knees already.
Well, but why?
Well, here's the thing with Chet. He weighs 3 pounds. So that's
it should alleviate that, right?
It's really fascinating.
I know.
When we have this conversation,
right. That's where his frame should evidently play in his favor. Then,
so like,
right?
Wait, and that's what it's such a bummer because you're right. It's a freak accident, but told you didn't tell us anything.
No.
You just saw a skinny dude and you assumed something.
Yeah, I'm not sold, but you're not concerned at all. Big guy foot injury.
There's always a level of concern.
Yeah. I just. Too many. It goes all the way back to Bill Walton. Big guys, basketball centers with foot injuries have lingered. Now, I'm not telling you it's going to, and I want to see him reach his potential because he has, and I know I've said this before, and please don't hear that I'm telling you he is Kevin Durant. Please don't hear I'm telling you he's as good as Kevin Durant. He's got some very Kevin Durant-esque features to his game. Do you disagree with that totally? Because I think
he is. I know it was Kristaps Porzingis is the unicorn. We need to take that from Kristaps, and give that to Chet.
I agree with that
because Chet has guard-like elements, the length like a Kevin Durant.
Shoot.
He has Giannis-like ability because he attacks defensively at the rim.
He just doesn't have their body yet.
He just doesn't have either's body or fluidity, which comes with growing up in the NBA.
Yeah, that's right. If you go look at Kobe's body, go look at LeBron's body, how the NBA process is maturing and growing up and growing into a man has gone that way. But there were a lot of guys in that, right? In Pro-Am, that Pro-Am, Jason Tatum was there, Paulo Banchero, DeJounte Murray, Aaron Gordon, obviously LeBron James. But they stopped this thing in the second quarter.
Yeah, so it is. So Paulo Banchero, DeJounte Murray, they're Seattle guys.
Yeah,
or that area.
That Northwest guy.
And
yeah.
so there's big basketball culture.
A huge basketball
culture. Of course, with the crossover and everything. And it's, man, that would be a fun event to sneak around.
I've told you stories when I worked in Washington State about covering the state basketball tournaments there, right? And they would do this. Now, this is in the 90s. But they would do, I want to say B, A, and double A one weekend down at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma. And then they would do the bigger schools in Seattle. They would do it at Seattle Center, and they had a little coliseum where the junior hockey league team played right there. But that's where I saw some of those great guys. I saw that Scott Pollard team lose 27-26. They were one of the best teams in the country, where the where the Sonics used to play. But the crowds that they would get at both of those venues, and the amount of people that would come in from all over the state, high school sports throughout the state of Washington was wonderful. Like the way they used to do the Kingdom, the high school football championships, was one of the coolest events that I used to do every year, because it would be one day in the Kingdom, they'd play all their state championship games, which was awesome. But the weeks of basketball's real up there. They got a real basketball culture in the Northwest, and some really, really good players have come through there, and that's why this is so big. And that's why I'm firm that Seattle will get a team. They've got to be first on the expansion list, right? Seattle should never have lost their team. That fan base loved their team. They have the best song ever for a basketball team. And you like it, right?
Of course I do.
That's right. All right. Hit you some emails when you get back. 505-246-0610. You're already coming in. One says, does Gonzalez get a pass? Talking about the main pregame show. So we'll hit you on that. We get back. Coming up at 8:30 this morning, Jerry Palm's going to be with us. He of CBS Sports, and we'll get you set for 0 week in college football throughout the country. You got chronic joint pain, not having success with steroids, but you're trying to avoid surgery. Thankfully, there's a better way, and now that better way is available here in Albuquerque from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. So we're talking about new therapies, advanced, all-natural biologics, regenerative treatments that can restore and repair damaged joint tissue and provide you lasting relief with no drugs and no surgery and no downtime. Look, QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in precision regenerative medicine. They have over 100 clinics across America, and literally they have thousands of satisfied patients, and you can be one of them. So who are these people? Well, I mean, they're people like you and me, but they're also elite athletes. Emmett Smith, Tiger Woods, Brooks Koepka have benefited from what QC Kinetics does. If you've been told that you need surgery, or that you have to take drugs, or steroids are the only way to get rid of that pain, do yourself a favor. Take advantage of this free consultation. It's essentially a free second opinion. And if you've got this pain due to arthritis, or just you got knee pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, don't just think the old ways of dealing with it are the only way. You've got to learn more about these new biologic therapy options that can flat out change your life. Call QC Kinetics now. It's a free consultation with local medical professionals. The number is 505-226-8688. 505-226-8688. QC Kinetics. 505-226-8688.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all.
All right. All right, we're back. Let's just do the show as TJ one day. Hey, he's very good. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, and Adrian. Emails are in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Find us on the Twitter. Actually, find JJ on the Twitter. I keep saying us, but it's really him. _ JJ Bucket on the Facebook. Watch the show. The OD in the AM. All right. Couple emails. Let me get these to you. Les says, does Gonzalez get a pass, Jeff? Who was the caller who said yesterday Gonzalez should be gone mid-season? I don't think fans appreciate how much damage the governor did to this program. It was more than having to hole up in Lubbock, St. George, Vegas, or wherever they could find a few hours in a gym. It was trying to rebuild the roster from scratch via Zoom. It was all the time lost in the weight room. It was no training table. It was obstacles other clubs in the Mountain West or the rest of the country didn't have to face, like the quarantine rules or trying to hold team meetings 5 guys at a time. Folks might not want to hear it, but I think Gonzalez gets another mulligan. It's from Les. So I actually really agree with Les. The caller was Lenny, who said that if they're 1-5, that they need to fire the coach. And I think, as much as I tend to like Lenny's calls, I think that was way off. I think I totally disagree with it. And first of all, most importantly, it's not going to happen. Not that, I mean, even if they go 1-5, they're not firing this coach. All of that's right, JJ. And I know we've had this conversation, and obviously it's it resonated a little bit with Les. All of those things are right. That first year, while this says third year on his resume, on his contract, on his record, that first year was just holding this damn thing together with gum and rubber bands. He MacGyvered a season together with a program that was super down, got knocked down even further because of COVID and the COVID restrictions in this particular state, and just tried to get through the season. And by the way, mitigated the damage, because if you'd have shut her completely down, I'm not sure you would have ever come back with a football program. So
Mexico State did.
All right, fair enough. And they took a huge step backwards. And they're still trying to recover. So, but these two programs, I think, got hurt significantly by that. And so I agree with just about everything Les said.
I mean, I don't. How did he phrase it?
What?
Like another mulligan?
He says, I think he gets another mulligan.
I don't think it's another one. I think it's Eddie Nunez, the AD, has a process that he envisions in its time regardless. I think 5 to 6 years he's willing to get Danny Gonzalez and this staff a chance to build something.
Well, I mean, as much as I think Eddie likes here, I don't know that Eddie's going to see 5 or 6 years out, right?
That's fair.
I think Eddie's a young rising star in this business, and at some point there's going to be. But
then at that point, everything's up in the air.
Well, if someone comes in here and doesn't recognize what Danny's doing and what he's done and where he's going and how he's doing it, then I think that's on them. But so I agree with you. So I agree with you to the point of this athletic director understands what this head coach is doing, what he had, what he was facing, and the setbacks that the COVID year away. I mean, do you think I'm wrong? Like that year, while it was mitigating the damage, I think so much damage it just put him back that year. It put him behind everybody else.
Yeah, because it's really, what are you developing in terms of culture, strength? It was just life for these student athletes. It wasn't campus life. It's not what they're doing. It was just, here's our hotel, here's our ballroom, here's your dumbbells.
Here's your Zoom, your computer to Zoom your classes. Yeah. All right. This one is Dan says, tell Juan Jose to talk loud on the main pre and post game show, Jeffrey Yanamaria, because the 50,000 watts doesn't come in too well at the lake where I will be headed. right after the end of next Thursday's award-winning OD program. You had a caller who asked yesterday, why doesn't Lobo football play 0 week? Was it David? For Dan and thousands of others, that would be preferable to a busy Labor Day weekend. It's from Dan. Dan, even if they played 0 week, I don't know that means they wouldn't play week 1. It's not one or the other. It's when you're starting your season. I think almost every program in America is playing Labor Day. I don't think it's just your program or when do you start. I think like New Mexico State's playing on Saturday, and then they go Thursday, Labor Day week. They'll play at Minnesota on a short week. Everybody's playing. So you got stuff to do. If it was a priority, if they were playing somebody, then you got choices to make, man. You want to go to the Lake, you want to go to the Lobo game. It's really your call. Maybe that's why they schedule Maine then, not the UTEP game, because they know people are going to the Lake and they're going to complain about it. I don't know what the answer is, man. To me, there is no right answer when it comes to this one. Mike says Maine / who are we doing this for, Jeff Alou? And it says part 2. I tried to explain last week, Jeff, and didn't do a good job. Sorry, let me try again. If you're playing for the football fans, they don't care about Maine. I think, was this the call that said, why aren't we playing Highlands or Western or Eastern? Probably. He says, if you're playing football for the fans, they don't care about Maine. There are more intriguing games on TV. They're not going. If you're doing it to try to expand the casual fringe fan base to those the frequent Albuquerque ABT, then why are we playing Maine $350, or why are we paying Maine $350 when we have found out across the street they don't care who you play? Pay Eastern, Western, Highlands a fraction of that. Put extra money into what attracts those fans: fireworks, chili races, $15 craft beers, fireworks, the overpriced chef's nacho plate of the week, bobbleheads, and did I mention fireworks? It's from Mike. All right, I'll respond to that. It's kind of another version of that email, but we'll get there. Opening drive, Jerry Palm at 8:30. Glad you're with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Bond.
All right, let me respond to this a little bit. Good morning to you. Happy Wednesday. If you're just waking up, Cowboy fan, I got bad news for you. Tyron Smith, your left tackle, ripped his hamstring, left hamstring, ripped his hamstring. He's out indefinitely. So you got a whole left tackle. Sorry to break that news to you. If I'm the guy breaking it to you. All right. 505-246-0610. We're going to talk to Jerry Palm at the bottom of the hour, which is 8:30 this morning. Just got another email from Mike on the scheduling and why Maine and why not Eastern or Western or Highlands. I don't know how to continue to explain this to you a few more ways. Eastern, Western, Highlands, they're Division II teams. Okay, I don't know that anybody's playing Division II. I know that most people don't understand the difference. What's FCS? What the hell is Maine? Why Lamar? Okay, they're Division I, play FCS. So, I mean, the competition, do you really want to see Lobos, a Division I college football team, ripping through Highlands or Western? I mean, and it is different in basketball. It is. So that's a big piece of it. You're talking about the crowd. JJ, do you think the crowd would be any bigger or smaller if they played Eastern, Western, or Highlands as opposed to Maine?
I don't. And I'm struggling to find any schools. There might be a couple.
To play a Division II school?
That actually play a Division II school in their football schedule.
Yeah. So, Mike, I mean, it's not apples to apples. I know that most, and I'm not mad at you. I don't think most people understand the difference between FCS, which is Division I football championship subdivision, FCS, and Division II. The Lone Star Conference, the RMAC, as opposed to some of these other leagues that play FCS. So that's like the definitive difference right there. I just don't know that there's any options now. Why Maine? I mean, what does it matter, man? Why do you care if you're paying Maine or Houston Baptist or Sam Houston State or North Dakota State? Like some of these teams that have been in here, why does that matter to you? Any more than it would be Eastern or Western or Highlands. So I don't know if that helps you or bothers you more. So, but that's kind of where it is. On the other email that we read, Les basically saying, look, giving Gonzalez a mulligan. The email says, I think we're oversimplifying this with Danny Gonzalez. The UNM athletic department cannot afford to buy out another coach. It's that simple. Lobos could win 3 to 4 games every year and draw 10,000 people, and he won't get fired. And it says all that could happen, by the way. I think there's an element of that. Absolutely, don't you? I don't think they're going to fire another coach, especially this coach who's doing it, I think, and the administration thinks the right way, understanding that it's going to take time to get there. Because after 2 seasons, you're not happy that they aren't contending for a championship yet.
Financial is big. Even if they did have the money, Like, if you somehow were doing okay as an athletic department, just football was struggling, it wouldn't make sense to do that. Like, there's not many places in college football that you can get away with doing that.
Well, you're not one of them.
And this isn't one of them, regardless.
Yeah, you're just not one of them. All right, 505-246-0610. Let's go. Edward, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Here we are sitting an exact 4 months from Christmas to the day. Might even put up my Christmas tree as football season starts, my Patriots Christmas tree.
Yeah.
But more importantly, happy belated birthday to J.J. Buck. Awesome. Seeing his career grow, and he continues to improve and get better, and he's amazing. And happy blessed birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a joy listening to you over the last decade or so. I still remember when I took a cake to you, like it was more than 10 or 12 years ago, and your mother actually thanked me. She said, "Who is this devastatingly handsome guy honoring my son on this day?" So, very sweet woman. Happy birthday.
Is that how that went?
You know, it was half-eaten, by the way. I will say your last texter nailed it. This is an economic issue, and I'm rooting for Danny Gonzalez. I think he's building some good things. Now, whether he does an exceptional job or an average job or a par for the course job or is right at the Mendoza line, this is an economic situation. So, per your last texter or emailer, he could win 3 or 4 games over the next 4 or 5 years and still not lose his job because this is a matter of economics. I hope that doesn't happen. I think we're going to see some linear progression, and I think good things are coming. You know, I might traverse down south this weekend. I was down in the Cruces, El Paso area last weekend. Tremendous entertainment value down there. And are those games at the same time, both UTEP and New Mexico State? Because I'd like to go to both of them.
Yeah, they're both night games. Yeah, you kind of got to pick one. Yeah.
You know what? That Sun Bowl environment is awesome, but hopefully the Aggies, they might sell out. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, UTEP starts at 7. The Aggies start at 8.
Okay, well, I might have to traverse both those games. Now, most impactful injury over this offseason, it's not the aforementioned Cougar crusher, Zach Wilson, pun intended, the Jets QB, nor do I think it's Tyron Smith, who, in my humble opinion, probably should have retired 2 to 3 years ago. He hasn't played a full season, I don't know, and I think he leads the league in holding and hands of the face penalties every year. But he is a Hall of Famer. It's Ryan Jensen, the Buccaneers center. For him to go out early and they basically call all the offensive line plays and the blocking schemes, that is an impactful injury to a team that actually has a chance to win the Super Bowl. And I think it's going to the Buccaneers have not only lost him, but 3 offensive guards, one by trade or free agency, and 2 others by injury. So I don't know what's going to happen. But the Vegas win totals, I think the Cowboys are listed at 10 over-under. I would probably bet the under at this point. And I think the Buccaneers, who are only second to the Buffalo Bills at 11.5 win total, I would probably bet the under there as well.
I think I agree with you on both of those. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, let me say this. I know the people in the 505 and 575 have been holding their breath for the Crushers' 5-star picks to unleash them, and also the NFL division winners. So I'll probably unleash them via email now that we're restricted to 1 call per week. So I want to fall into alignment and be, I want to make sure I follow the rules. But, I think people hold on to your money for now, but I will unleash those picks. They may not be as good as A-listers' picks, weekly picks, but I'm very proud of her new segment and her new show, so I will be supporting that as well. But hope you guys have a delightful day.
Enjoy
yourself.
Enjoy your day. Thank you. 505-246-0610 is where he called. 888-922-0610. By the way, the over-unders, the win totals, tomorrow. Study up. You ready for those?
Mountain West football.
I'm looking through the numbers. New Mexico is 2.5. If New Mexico's win total is 2.5, what do you think New Mexico State's is? According to Vegas Insider.
1.5?
3.
3. Okay.
3. They get UMass on the schedule. They've got Lamar. They've got, I guess they're looking at New Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting.
There we go.
There's some interesting ones on there. Wyoming's at 5. Utah State's all the way down to 7. So yeah, we'll put those together for you, and we will do that tomorrow. But looking forward, I always enjoy that, and then we figure it out back in December, and who owes who the lunch that never gets bought. We never have lunch together, do we? You guys are always so busy. You never have time.
Oh,
for
yes.
me. You guys never have
I'll have
super
lunch
busy.
with you.
You guys never have time for me.
I'll
Can't
have
never
lunch
have
with
time
you.
to play golf with me.
Wait, no, I have
that's
time.
fine.
Golf, I'll do both.
You got 15 shows, man. You're on the air all the time. Did you produce the afternoon show yesterday too?
No.
Oh, okay.
Vitale did.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
No, I'm just wondered why you thought that.
I don't know. All right, we're going to get through some NFL stuff too. Not just Tyron Smith, but the other stuff that's going on in the NFL. We're going into week. There's games tonight. You get 2 games tonight. There's still a couple of teams who are trying to figure out who their quarterbacks are. So that's a real deal. Dodgers went off again last night. The golf stuff starts. The FedEx Cup final, the championship. Do you like the format where somebody starts 2 under, 3 under, 10 under? Do you like that? 1 week a year for all the money, and it's really kind of what you do all year. It gives you the opportunity. I like it 1 week a year. I like little different things, and now you're going to start seeing different things in the world of professional golf. And it's not just live, because Tiger and Rory are getting together on that. So we'll get into some of that as well. 505-246-0610 with Jerry Palm coming your way at 8:30 this morning. Aaron Jones founded IPS back in 2006. They've been watching my home not that long, but for the last bunch of years, they watch homes and businesses all over Albuquerque because property crime's up, officer shortage continues, and IPS is a protective service, a security company that keeps businesses and homes safe, keeps the bad guys away. Started that company back in Fort Hills, right? Back in 2006, and all these years later now, hundreds of homeowners and business owners around our city protect IPS to protect what they've so hard worked. God, why can't I speak? Worked so hard to build. Look, Aaron is passionate about this. He's from Albuquerque. That's why this is so important to him. He wants to make this place a safer place, a better place to live and work. And so IPS watches your home, watches your business with highly trained armed guards and 24-hour patrols. I've used them for years. It gives my family peace of mind, and it's come through a number of times. Whether they picked up packages that have been delivered when I'm out of town, rolled the garbage cans to the curb and back, responded when the alarm went off, stood outside because we left the garage door open one night and made sure that everything was safe until someone came down and took care of that. All that is real. That's why I trust IPS. You can as well. Call them at 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420, or online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one, cover it with
not enough. Find a booth is real tough. Back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors.
Was it Mike Bobo who told me football is football?
Football is football.
Football is football. Got a couple basketball people the other day. Enough football, man. Bleep football. What about basketball? Well, I mean, we're going to hit a lot of basketball, and we talked Chad Holmgren, and they had an unfortunate Aggie basketball story this morning. But with all due respect, people kind of love football. And we'll hit basketball and certainly a lot of college basketball around here when we get there. But I know you're pumped. Is this the weekend for fantasy drafts like everybody's got? I got one tonight. That trophy I showed you that my name's on again, that one's tonight at 7 o'clock. No, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Pacific. How many leagues are you guys in?
I'm in 5 this year.
How many are you in?
2.
I mean, 5's too many, and I'm going to be in 5 too.
Well,
I was asked to get into something around here.
I wasn't gonna do it. Like I was gonna. I'm doing one with JJ. I inherited a keeper league.
Yeah, it's hard to say no.
But then with like my family, I'm like easy dubs. Gotta do it.
So
good
your
family bonding.
Yeah, it's hard to say no, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm only playing 2 money leagues, so the focus.
Yeah, well, and those are the ones that get the focus. That's right. Remember that league we were in last year? There was a league around here, and I could care less, and it looked like it. And so, somebody back in the county said, I beat you. Okay, good for you. But I won that league that matters. It's really what mattered to me, right? Sometimes there's a couple more bucks on the line. Lobo Hobo said that Colorado good idea, an OD bobblehead giveaway. What else would pack them like an like a chance to have your own bobblehead of J.J. Buck. It's a really good point. J.J. Buck bobblehead night out at the ballpark or at University Stadium.
Be sending those overseas somewhere because people would not be clamoring for that.
You've had a lot of looks over the last couple of years. Like, which look would the J.J. Buck bobblehead have? Would it be the current look? You've had different hairstyles. I mean, the look.
Throw a mohawk in there.
Yeah, you've had something popped up.
Viking look.
You know how my
Bad.
pictures you get, 7 years ago today, and there's you with a purple
I've
mohawk
gone through
and
everything.
facial hair. Have you seen JJ with a purple mohawk? Oh yeah. Well, if you had the JJ Buck bobblehead, what would the look be? Would it just be today's look?
I'd probably have to spice it up.
All right, fair enough. An A. Marie bobblehead would sell big, by the way.
Yeah, I want a bobblehead.
Of course. Hello, I don't. Hello, Don. I mean, I want one of you. I don't want one of you. What's up, Don?
Hey, I was just talking to A. Marie about the one call a week. Sounds like you guys are cutting Edward off at the knees, man. That's too bad because some of these callers that call in kind of really add to the show, But oh well, it is what it is. Hey, I just wanted to talk real briefly about Coach Gonzalez, Jeff, and I know that I've heard you say this in the past, the attitude around New Mexico, especially around UNM sports, is just, seems like every year at this time we become inundated with this negativity. And just personally from knowing Coach Gonzalez, he's an outstanding human being, just to start off with saying that. And then you throw on top of that, he knows what he's doing. Like you said, I think it was you, Jeff, or maybe it was JJ. He's kind of like a Rocky Long 2.0.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to know him, and he's a great individual. He's a family man. He cares about the community. I mean, genuinely cares about this community. And so when you throw all that in and you throw it in the oven, you probably get one of the best cakes or one of the best dishes you've ever made. And to say that he's going to go 1-5 and he's going to be on the outs is just absurd. I think Coach deserves a long, tenure here and trying to put things together. And you can already see the change. I can't wait for this football season, whether we're playing Maine, Highlands, or whoever else we're playing. Just want to give kudos to Coach and his staff. They do an outstanding job, and I can't wait for the season to start. Thanks a lot, guys.
Don, I think it's a great call. And at what point do you factor in the human being? I'm not, and I'm not telling you any other human being here wasn't a good person. Like, don't take that as me knocking on anybody else. Okay. At what point you factor in, dude's a good guy. He wants to be here. The community likes him. The players seem to love him. He's everywhere, right? Everything the last guy, and again, this is the only comparison I'll make. I'm not making comparisons to the last coach about being a human, but the last coach wasn't at all the basketball games, wasn't sending his team to soccer games, wasn't out in the community like this coach is, right? I mean, was that one of the knocks on the last coach?
That was.
Okay. This guy wants to be here. The last guy told you it was really unique. Right? At what point does that factor in? Now, I get it. It's a results business. At some point, you have to win. Danny gets that. Eddie gets that. But they also understand the intricacies and what it takes to build this. And for every Utah State you're going to show me in a one-year turnaround, and honestly, Blake Anderson did an unbelievable job, and that was terrific, and yes, it happens. And this year you're going to show me somebody who went from 2 wins to a bowl game or a conference championship, and yeah, can it happen? And I'll ask you what the resources were that they had, and we'll compare circumstances. Finances are part of it. I would argue with on the economy thing, on the budget thing, on the note that somebody sent me earlier. It's probably why it didn't happen a year earlier, right? It's probably why the last coach got that last year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if we're all sitting around and being honest with each other, right? So, yeah, is that part of it? Yes. But will you guys give this guy a chance? But, I mean, a chance that's legitimate, a chance that and I know it's hard because you've been losing for so long. Like getting your ass kicked for so long hurts. And I'm tired of losing maybe not as much as the hardcore Lobo fan is, and I get that. And I understand what was it, JJ? Was it 6 years ago when they won 9 games, won the bowl game, beat UTSA, right? And it's been rough since then, and it was a rough bunch of years behind that. But I firmly believe, and I know the people, the football people, the people in charge, the people in that program firmly believe this is the right guy. I just, and you know what I've learned through this, JJ? It feels to me like 95% of the community feels that same way. It was one person in Lenny that lit that fire that said he should be fired. I have not heard one other person say.
No, it's a classic sports take.
No.
What have you done for me lately? Whether you want to say it's only finances holding it back, even if it was finances, like a college football program, group of 5, even if the Lobos had money, if you're firing your head coach every 3 years, you're going nowhere. In football.
I think that's right.
You're not going anywhere.
Now, you can show me.
Even with the transfer portal, immediately eligible players, that rebuild is still longer in football than other sports.
It is. And let's see what Utah State is this year. I mean, do you think they're going to win that league or that division again this year?
No.
Second place?
I think they'll be good. They're not winning the division or thus not getting into a conference championship game.
Yeah, I think that's right. All right, 505-246-0610. We're going to talk to Jerry Palm when we get back, him from CBSSports.com. He's their bracketologist, their bold predictor guy, one of their top writers. So we'll talk with him at 8:30 every Thursday morning, and that's coming up next. Kirtland Federal Credit Union, New Mexico strong since 1958, is your home loan leader. Built in the heart of Albuquerque, it's their goal to help New Mexicans achieve a dream of home ownership with the right loans, local expertise, and a relationship built on trust. Kirtland Federal Credit Union Mortgage Team is 100% local. Your loan stays local. What that means is you'll never send a payment out of state, and when you have a question, you will reach out to talk to someone about your new home right here in Albuquerque. They will be here, know this market, and know what it is you're talking about. Meet the Kirtland Federal Credit Union Mortgage Team and get started today. Go to kirtlandfcu.org/home loan center. kirtlandfcu.org/home loan center. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender. Membership eligibility required. See your representative for complete details.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
Weekday afternoons from 4 till 7 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, you get football. But like football that matters. Like preseason football is fun in the NFL and all. I know you're watching it. But, I mean, you get stuff that matters. And they're looking at crowds down south in the borderland. UTEP's telling me that they've got about 5,000 seats left for the game against North Texas. New Mexico State's saying they've got only about 3,000 tickets left for their opener of the Jerry Kill era as they host Nevada on ESPN2 on Saturday night. We got football that matters. It's called Zero Week, or Week Zero if you prefer. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. We are joined on Thursdays by a guy that you read on a daily basis over on CBSSports.com. Jerry Palm joins the program. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
We are well, thank you. There's football this weekend that matters. You can tell me how much you think it matters. There's some games. You got league games. Nebraska Northwestern's a real game, but I don't know. There's just a different feel. There's actually games.
Well, they all matter.
Yes.
You know, if you're trying to, whether you're trying to play for a national championship, or you're just trying to do well in your conference, or you're trying to make a bowl game, or you're just trying to generate momentum to start your season, especially, all of these games matter. To somebody. I mean, they may not be, you know, earth-shaking on the national scale, but, you know, if you're Scott Frost, this game in Ireland against Northwestern means a lot. Your job's on the line.
I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, no, I'm glad you said that.
You know, Nebraska's going to have a new quarterback this year, transfer from Texas, and, you know, but the problem under Scott Frost every year has been turnovers. They just turn the ball over way too much. They've been negative every year but one where they were zero. They've never been positive turnover margin for a season, and the whole time Scott Frost has been there. So, you know, that's got to change if they're going to right this ship in any sense.
That's probably the marquee game of the weekend. It's in Ireland. It's on Fox, 10:30 our time in Ireland. Jerry put out his way too early. Well, that's not fair. Your early season or preseason bowl picks. Would you have Air Force and North Texas in the New Mexico Bowl? I might tell you.
I believe so.
I think I might sign that deal. Like do you know? Air Force, after New Mexico, is the closest Mountain West school to our stadium, and we have never, in our going on 17 years, never had them in this game. So
Really?
it would be about time.
No. Yeah, it would be about time.
All right, so the headliners, Nebraska Northwestern. To me, there's a few other things that pop out. Everybody's talking about Timmy Chang's debut at Hawaii. And
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Vanderbilt goes out there. JJ and I spoke with Timmy Chang. We were with him about 3 weeks ago in Vegas. It's really interesting because after everything that went on there and how ugly that was with players leaving and all the accusations against Todd Graham, and then June Jones wanting the job back, it felt like, okay.
And not to mention their stadium being unplayable.
Well, they raised the stadium. They got an on-campus little stadium that they're playing in. So, and then they bring back a guy who wasn't good there. Timmy Chang was great there. Like, they love him.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. It was big numbers at Hawaii. Big numbers.
What do you think how long does it take? We were just talking about how long it takes to rebuild a program. I don't know how down they are, but they're turning over that roster in big numbers.
Yeah, and you're talking about a guy who hasn't been a head coach, at least not at this level.
Right.
So I think it's definitely worth taking a chance because you've got somebody now who is pretty much synonymous with your program running the team. So, but you've got to put a good staff together, experienced guys who can help guide him through the early stages of his head coaching career. And you've got to be able to recruit, and this is not a quick turnaround. Hawaii, you would think, would not be a difficult place to recruit to, but it is because, these players are going so far from home. So I would expect it's going to take a little while, but Hawaii was, 6-7 last year. So, and actually got to play in a bowl game.
Yeah, they would. They got invited to a bowl game, and then they pulled out of it, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Well, yeah, right. COVID problem, wasn't it?
That was right. Yeah, Memphis was stuck out there.
Yeah. So, that's it's a tough gig. Hawaii's a tough gig, but we'll see what Tommy Chang can do. But I'm curious. I mean, I can't really predict what somebody who's never coached is going to be able to do. I don't know. There's no track record on this, but he's got a tough job on his hands.
Jerry Palm, CBSSports.com, is with us on the opening drive.
Well, Jerry, there's been so much talk about the Big Ten and their future, but this season, how good is the league going to be? Because I know you're going through some of the weakest and toughest schedules, and, non-conference, it doesn't look like there's a tough schedule for a Big Ten team.
God, no, it's embarrassing. This is how bad the Big Ten's non-conference schedules are. And I only play 3 games, right? I think half the league is playing all their games at home. You can count on one hand with fingers to spare the number of even, Power 5 schools on schedules. Ohio State is hosting Notre Dame week 1. That is the one and only marquee non-conference game in this league. So it's not good. There should be a lot of wins. You're going to see a lot of bowl-eligible Big Ten teams because they've been able to stack a lot of, non-conference wins, or they should be able to. But but the league figures to be good. There's some really talented teams in this league. Ohio State's offense has got 11 NFL guys on it, and some others on the bench. I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches how good that offense can be. But Michigan should be good again. Michigan State, Penn State, Wisconsin, a lot of familiar names at the top of the Big Ten. Those are all teams you're probably going to see in the rankings for most of this season.
Are there any schedules that, as you're going through this, jump out? A team maybe has some opportunities to not just, jump up with their conference play, but pick off some marquee non-conference games?
Well, not in the Big Ten.
Yeah, because there aren't any there.
Certainly not, because there aren't any. There are games around the country. I think Utah, Florida is intriguing to start the season. Utah, of course, the Pac-12 champion, reigning Pac-12 champion. The Urban Meyer Bowl against Florida in Gainesville to start the season that's a big game for Utah for respect for the Pac-12 because even though Florida may not be considered a contender, they're still not bad, and they're playing at home, and that's a cross-country trip. So, Utah is playing not just for themselves, of course, but for a little bit of league pride as well, as the Pac-12 has taken a bit of a beating this offseason with USC and UCLA announcing they're going to leave for the Big Ten. And then USC has a game with Notre Dame, of course, as they do every year. So, that's USC is the most intriguing team to me because you don't know what's going to happen there. As you've got a new coach who's been successful. He brought in a bunch of talented players that have never really played together, and how quickly they can put some of that chemistry together and start notching wins on the field. That's a team that's like in the middle of the top 25, I think, in the preseason rankings that could surprise people and compete for, maybe even win the Pac-12 and compete for a shot in the college football playoff. That's the upside for USC. The downside is things don't go well early, and then you've got you're struggling to piece things together with some very talented players.
Well, Jerry Palm, a few more minutes with us on the opening drive. We've been talking about schedules, and since you're on that, there's been a lot of talk around here. Well, why are the Lobos playing Maine? And I'm like, well, I mean, New Mexico is like everybody else, man. There's an FCS game on almost everybody's schedule. What do you think about that? What do you think about the FCS games? And as things change and conference realignment, what's the future of that? Because I think if you get rid of those, what's to say power conferences are going to say, why should I play a Group of 5 school?
Yeah, I think those games are necessary, not just for the schools that are getting paid. Those FCS schools are all getting paid to play these games. But I think it's just good to have a game early in the season where you can work on some stuff and still have a pretty good chance to win. You can do it. You don't want to treat it like a scrimmage. You can't treat it like a scrimmage, but you can usually, try some stuff out that maybe you don't want to try out against a better non-conference opponent before you get ready for conference play. So I think those games are always going to have some value, whether they're FCS schools or Power 5 playing Group of 5s, whatever. I think it's important to have games on your schedule, first of all, where you can get a win because you're trying to become bowl eligible, but also where you can just work on some stuff.
I agree with that early in the season. That week in November where the SEC plays Chattanooga and Winthrop.
I call that SEC sabbatical Saturday.
It's embarrassing.
That's basically everybody taking a week off.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. All right, how much does Jerry Kill's return to New Mexico State interest you? They'll play Nevada. That's two new coaches. It's a game where I honestly have no idea about either one of these teams. Nevada was a team that was decent last year, lost everybody. Their coach left, took half his team. Jerry Kill's got 40-something new players on the roster. Yeah. And everybody I talk to who knows Jerry, and I've got to know him a little bit over the last few months, loves him as a football coach and thinks he might be able to make this happen. Now, certainly not snap fingers happen, but is that a game you're interested in watching?
I'm interested in New Mexico State for sure and what he does because, of course, up here in Big Ten country, we remember him at Northern Illinois and also or maybe it was Southern Illinois, and Minnesota.
Yeah, it was Northern Illinois. I'm sorry, you're right, Southern Illinois. And actually, they'll be at Minnesota next Thursday.
Yeah. So, Jerry Kill was a really good coach in the Big Ten, and if it wasn't for health problems, he might still be there at Minnesota. They were doing well. If he can stay healthy, that's the big thing with him. New Mexico State, obviously, is in a difficult situation as an independent. First of all, you're not playing for conference titles. You're hoping to get to a bowl game. We're not talking college football playoff kind of stuff here, but, New Mexico State's been kicked around a lot recently. And he has a chance to make this a respectable program, and maybe get into some bowl games, that kind of thing, which is really probably the ceiling for that program, as long as they're an independent.
Hell, they'll build him a statue if that happens.
What's that?
They'll build him a statue if that happens.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but he's, as long as he can stay healthy and he still has the fire to do it, there's probably no better coach among the independents in terms of trying to navigate life in FBS as an independent.
Yeah, I think that's right. And he told us the other day, this is they're recruiting for Conference USA. They'll go into Conference USA. I believe it to be next year.
Right. Well, that's right. I forgot they were joining the league.
Yeah. So they've got one more year. But you look at it, man. They've got Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Missouri on the schedule. So they're playing 3 body bag games, and then but they put together. They got 4 Mountain West games, 4 Conference USA games, an FCS, UMass. they put together a schedule. I think as good as they could have done as an independent.
Right.
And you know, he didn't want to play all three of those. He understands why he wants out. But yeah, it'll be interesting. And I know you're familiar with him. He was Big Ten Coach of the Year when you're up at Minnesota. So.
Yeah, he was outstanding in Minnesota. Just really well respected, and his teams were good, ready to play, and I expect that he'll do a similar job at New Mexico State. Just a matter of getting some players.
Give him some time. All right, enjoy the weekend. There's football on, and we'll all be watching. We'll be reading you, and then we'll catch up with you next Thursday, Jerry. Thanks for the time.
All right. Thanks.
All right, be well. Jerry Palm from CBSSports.com. Follow him. It's, what is it, at JP Palm CBS?
That is correct.
It's interesting what he said about Jerry Kill. I want to hit that when we come back. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. You might not have the biggest...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go.
Jerry, and looking forward to his content all the way through basically through the end of March Madness. Jerry's committed to be with us. Interesting stuff on Jerry Killen. Aggie fan, I don't know what that means to you to hear somebody on the national level that's a Big Ten guy, right? Like he's a Purdue guy. What does that mean? Jerry Kill can coach. I don't think anybody's doubting that, and I don't think he's wrong. If it wasn't for Jerry's health, he could still be at Minnesota. My biggest hope before the Aggies turn it around and win, Lobos turn around and win, is Jerry stays healthy. Right? That's like priority one to me. I mean, I want him to stay healthy. I hope he's healthy. I've spent enough time with Jerry that, I like him. He makes me laugh. I think he's sincere about wanting to turn that thing around there. I think he's sincere about that being the spot. I think he's sincerely grateful to have another opportunity to be a head coach, and the respect that he has. JJ, we talked to people in Vegas about who know college football. I've talked to so many football people who ask about him and have ultimate respect for him as a coach.
And it's set up to turn around. The conference home is huge. New Mexico State, the last time in their position, Doug Martin was able to build something. The Sun Belt, they had an idea of what level they needed to play to become bowl eligible. They won a bowl game, and with Jerry Kill at the helm, I expect the same process. You get in Conference USA, you start getting a good gauge of what your majority of your schedule is going to look like, the kind of talent you need, the kind of talent you can start getting, and climb back to 6 wins.
Yeah. It's not going to happen overnight. And I know everybody's page. I think Aggie fan would be happy to beat the Aggies the Lobos and or Miners, right? They could get one of them this year. And get Lamar, get UMass, pick off a game, a couple of games somewhere along the line. There's FIU is an interesting game. Mike McIntyre is the coach there, the former Colorado and San Jose State coach. It's just an interesting schedule. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Rudy sent me text. Some of the, what does that say? Some of the texts demonstrate exactly what I was talking about yesterday. Go see your Lobos. Doesn't matter who they play. You said something as we went to break. Off the air, you said it. I'm going to share it, and I hope that's okay. But we're responding to what Jerry had to say. I say, the mics went off. I said, gosh, Jerry's content's so good. And JJ said, sounds like we should have exhibition games, preseason football. And I said, it would be an extra gate for them. And But before that, we're talking about, like, what if you always say, I want to see what did you say? A team that's like you? What is it? A team that's like
a 50-50 game.
Yeah. All right. So you said Tulsa. I said, all right, that's actually really good. Do you think Lobo fan would be more fired up for game one next Saturday if it was Tulsa as opposed to Maine? And I don't think they would. I think it would be relatively the same.
I do agree with that.
All right.
But I don't. So you're just sitting there saying you're playing. Okay, so everything Jerry Palm said, you're trying to find an exhibition game that counts towards bowl eligibility, and that's not exciting to me. I will be doing my job. I'll be professional about it. I'm looking forward to being at the stadium.
Yep.
But watching a game against the team that's picked 8th in the CAA does not keep me excited.
Okay. All right. I'm glad to see
going out there and beating Incarnate Word 62-30. Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't fun, and I get all that. I'm glad that they're the first game of the year because it serves a purpose and gets your team essentially that quote unquote tune-up game. I don't need to see it like the Aggies are doing in Lamar in I think late October, early November. I don't need to see the SEC teams playing Winthrop and Citadel and VMI in November. Got more texts for you as well. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. The opening drive continues. I'll reset. Big story for Cowboy fans if you're just joining us on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
In the morning, 7 a.m. where have you been? 7 a.m. where is your brother?
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach.
Well, it is injury news that dominates the Thursday morning headlines. Good morning to you. We are the bearers of bad news. If you are a Cowboy fan and an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie, Adrienne. Cowboy fan Tyron Smith facing surgery. He is your starting left tackle. He is an 8-time Pro Bowl tackle in the National Football League. He is the guy who protects Dak Prescott's, or let me rephrase that, who did protect Dak Prescott's backside. Torn hamstring, possible December return. This is a huge thing. Unlikely to return after his left hamstring tore and came off the bone. Man, that sounds painful. This is big, JJ, and it's bigger than it was 2 hours ago when we started the show. Now you know he is out probably for the season, but certainly at least until December.
It's unfortunate. It's an offensive line that already has taken a step back over the last few years. You have an aging tackle that was struggling, but now he creates an even bigger hole on the left side.
Josh Ball, 4th-round pick last year, has been his backup. He will either step in or they will move their 1st-round pick from this past draft, Tyler Smith, from guard to tackle, and then they got to insert somebody at guard. So either way, you've got an issue there. Then there is this, and this also just sucks. The number 2 overall pick in the National Basketball Association draft, Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga, 7-foot unicorn, will miss the entire 22-23 season. He is going to have Liz Frank surgery on his right foot, suffered an injury yesterday in a Pro-Am in Seattle, and he is out. Big guy, foot injury, number 2 overall pick. And who's the number 1? Who had the number 1? I forget. I don't even remember who had the number 1 pick.
The Orlando Magic.
It was Orlando, and they went with the young man from Duke. Why am I forgetting his
Paulo
name?
Banchero.
Thank you. And they're just going, whew, right? And everybody else going, I mean, this sucks, JJ. This is just, horrible news.
It does. Chet Holmgren, because now he's going to be hit with that.
Told you he's injured.
Told you.
Yeah.
He's skinny. Well, what's it going to take?
Well, his
that
feet-
one
his feet are
too
skinny.
big. This guy's too skinny. Yeah. This one's too hot. That one's too cold. Which one's going to be just right? It was unfortunate. He's playing a Pro-Am with a bunch of dudes. LeBron was there as well.
Dude,
Just
Paulo
landed-
Banchero was there.
Paulo
DeJounte
Banchero
Murray was there.
Landed funny, and it cost him his whole season. It stinks. It's a redshirt year for Chet Holmgren, who I'm super excited to see because he's got a little bit of so many different players. His length, he can dribble, he can shoot, but I love his attitude. I love his aggressiveness on the defensive end because he has a chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove everyone wrong. They just look at this skinny guy that's going to get punked. And unfortunately, we're going to have to wait an entire year for him to get a chance to show that.
Well, the chip's going to get bigger, and my fear, and I just don't want to go here, but I mean, I have no choice because big guys with early career foot injuries, they never heal. And now, I mean, if you've got one that did, if you've got a big guy that had a foot injury, I mean, you can go back to Bob Lanier, you can go back to Bill Walton, Odom. I hate this because I so wanted to see what he could become. But it is injury news that flat out dominates this morning's headlines. Tyron Smith, Cowboys left tackle, out. He's having surgery, out until at least December. And in the NBA, the number 2 overall pick, Chet Holmgren out of Gonzaga, who went to the Oklahoma City Thunder, is out for the season, which just is brutal news. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails will come in. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Your texts are coming in this morning in pretty good quantity over on the text line 505-246-0610. We've had this continuing conversation, feels like all week, ever since Lenny's call on Tuesday saying Danny Gonzalez needs to be fired if they start 1-5. And everybody, I mean, I want to say 100% support the other way. The only person who I have heard and or read that had that feeling was Lenny. Les sent in an email basically saying, look, man, this guy gets another mulligan. That first year, and he talked about all the damage of the COVID year. The text line says, Les is correct. Anyone who doesn't recognize how far down the program was and how restrictive the COVID year was or how it restricted growth doesn't understand the process. The athletes are better and will continue to get better. So here's what I've learned from that. And I was at a Lobo preseason function. I was at the first man function, or not the first man, the first team function on Tuesday night. I mean, a lot of those guys listened to the show, and a number of people said, "Man, that guy's out of his mind." Now, granted, that was the Kool-Aid. That's where the Kool-Aid was served, basically,
Yes.
at that event, right? Those are all guys who are supporting the program and supporting Danny Gonzalez. As, by the way, I feel 95% of this community is supporting Danny Gonzalez. But they said, I mean, the guy, I've heard everything, he's a moron to an idiot. And I said, I just think it was a bad take. I don't think Lenny's a moron. I don't think Lenny's an idiot. I disagree with Lenny's take on that one. Okay? But what I've learned from our sample size, JJ, is overwhelmingly, I think the community is behind Danny. And I don't think they think they're going to win 1-5, but even if they do, this is your guy.
Yes, we're not at the abandoned ship portion of the program just yet.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to read this. We were talking about the COVID season. This says Bob Davie wouldn't have played with the COVID season. He would have sat back, got paid, and used that season as a momentum-killing excuse for 2 to 3 seasons. Danny doesn't use that season as an excuse. I can't tell you that Bob would have or would not have played. I think he would have. I don't know that I agree with that. Now, would he have used the excuses more? Maybe. I don't know. Would he have handled it differently? Everybody handles it differently. Everybody handles it in their own way. I'm not sure I agree with the text that says, Bob Davie wouldn't have played that. Look, Bob got you to 9-4. It's always easy to rip on it because you remember the end, and the end was bad. It was really bad. Bob did take that program that was 1-11, 1-11, 1-11 the years before, and did get you to 2 straight bowl games, and you did have a 9-4 season and won a bowl game, right?
Yes, those 2 years were remarkable of where they came from.
Yeah.
The amount of talent on the offensive side that they were able to
Especially
get.
the 9-4 year. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just, oh, we're running the option. No, you had guys that got looks at the next level running the option,
But
which
you
is
remember
why
you led the nation in
in
rushing.
rushing.
Yeah.
It was impressive. They found some dudes for those seasons.
Now, you didn't like it in large part, and I say Lobel fans didn't come out and support it in a way that you would think they would support a 9-4 team that was exciting and led the nation in rushing. Oh, they don't throw the ball enough. Well, I mean, they don't need to, man. They're leading the nation in rushing and have really impressive players. And the coach wasn't, I don't want to say dynamic enough, JJ, because I don't even think that's right. I think Bob was really polished. He wasn't, what's the word I'm looking for? Inviting enough? That's not right. Warm enough?
Hey, you have to play the game differently at New Mexico as opposed to Texas A&M, Notre Dame, where there's going to be a buy-in regardless.
That's right.
You're not getting that. Global football.
Yeah. It is, there's a, I don't know, I'm really struggling for the word here, and I make my living with my words, but there's a piece that you've just got to come in and say, I get it around here. Even Steve Alford, who wasn't from here, when he said, "We are New Mexico," he played it as a positive. When Bob Davie said, "We are New Mexico," he used it as a negative. And I think that therein lied the difference, right? The implication that this place is unique. And when he said that, you could say this place is unique and mean it as a positive. Look what we've got here. We've got a chip on our shoulder. And I think in some respects, Rocky used to say, we're different, we're unique, it's special. But the implication was that's a positive. And I think the way Lobo fan took Bob saying we are unique was as a negative, as an excuse as to why it can't be done on a regular basis. And then he went out and had a hell of a football team for 2 years.
Yes, he did.
So, all right, 505-246-0610. Aggie fan, you got a game on Saturday. Evidently, a bunch of you were going. They're telling me that there's only 3,000 seats left. Are you going? What? I'm glad you're going. You don't have to tell me why. But is there some excitement for you with this Jerry Kill era? What do you expect? Because I don't know. I mean, honestly, Amory, what is it, a 9-point spread? I have no idea if that's way too much, way too little. Is it a money line game? Of all the games that I watch in the first week of the season, and I'll watch this week and next week, and most of them will be first week, I won't know. This game I feel the most that I just don't freaking know.
It's tough to say.
Let's go.
No,
I knew everything.
Love it. Flat out love it.
Flip a coin.
Yep, get in on it. What are you expecting, Aggie fan? 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails are coming in pretty good volume at Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. All right, we're going to hit the turn here. Football season, things get busy in the fall. School's back in session. Youth sports are back in session. Holidays are coming. How you feeling, gentlemen? How you looking, ladies and gentlemen? Can I suggest to you New Male? New Male offers men industry-leading testosterone replacement. So men all over the country feel better, feel stronger. They've taken care of fatigue and depression, even erectile dysfunction. Why am I talking to ladies and men? Well, ladies and men need to know that New Male specializes in hair restoration. Hair restoration without side effects. Let me give you the phone number. It's 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. You can go online and visit them at Numale, NUMALE.com. So what's it all about? Well, they got options for you. There's platelet-rich plasma hair therapy. It uses your own platelets, stimulates stem cells deep in your hair follicle, and stops hair loss. You regrow hair. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser. It's proven to regrow hair. And NeoGraft hair transplants, which produce natural-looking results in less than a week, and there's no linear scarring. The treatments work for both men and women who want a natural, thicker head of hair without side effects. So I look over and there's A-Marie with all that hair, just taking it back and putting it up, and I got hair envy. New Male's in Albuquerque. Call New Male, 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or online, newmale.com.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit.
You can be excited for football. I have questions about the schedule. Well, we know for sure there'll be stuffed stadiums 0 week. I am looking forward to week 1 football despite my opinion on said schedule. Because you got to start somewhere, Jeff. You do.
Sorry about that. I got caught up with former Lobo the greatest Lobo linebacker in the history of Lobo linebackers. Scott Cregan's out there. We got caught talking Lobo football.
Got any shirts to drop off or anything?
I don't know what he's just sitting there hanging out in the lunchroom.
Nice. Chilling.
Yeah, but he was talking about the Lobos, and he heard some of what we're talking about, and he's like, do people just not understand football? And I anybody who wants to get rid of Danny, he says, okay, and he brought up a point that we haven't. Did I just totally cut you off?
No, you're fine.
Were you on a
I was not.
Okay. He said, look, do you realize how far this team's come? I said, do I? He says, well, people don't understand. He says, think of their defense, how far they came, and they were, a top 50 defense, top 40 defense. And I said, yeah, but nobody cares because they're only scoring 8 points a game. He says, yeah, think how long they were on the field and how good they were. And it's a pretty good point that we haven't really brought up, is defensively, and you almost take it for granted, right, that they're going to be good defensively?
Well,
if Rocky Long's there, you almost
addressed it, because I've talked about it. Even if you had you don't have a San Diego State level defense.
Athlete-wise.
Even if you did, when you're looking at that unit and going, man, that is the best position group in the conference.
How long was he there?
The best defense.
Okay, did you have that when he first got there? No.
No, but even if you have that,
Yeah.
If you're scoring 12 points per game, it doesn't matter.
Right. So San Diego
Like,
State
even
was scoring.
The
yeah.
Aztecs have to figure out how to play
Well,
off.
how many 23-20 games, 17-10 games of the Aztecs win, right? And have they over the last decade? And how long did it take Rocky to get that defense up to that level? It didn't happen overnight. And then you think, how long have they been on the field? This is the whole conversation about. And so he's a good guy to talk to about this, right? He's a Lobo alum who wants to win and sees it and gets the game. And he's like, who wants to fire that guy? Like, are you out of your mind?
No one wants to fire him. It was
one dude.
Classic.
Responding to the
hot
flow of one.
Take.
Responding to the flow
Yes.
of one. Yeah.
It was what we usually expect. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. I just we don't talk enough about that side of the ball because to your point, you can have the greatest defense in America and you score 8 points a game, 12 points a game, you're not going to win. So I think all of that's right. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Grady sent the email to me at jeff@sportsanimalabq.com, jj@sportsanimalabq.com. It says, the pain, the horror, multi-league fantasy footballers of the OD and the AM. Something's been sticking in my craw for a bit now, and I need to pick at it this morning. Let's stop the revisionist history regarding college athletes saying 10-plus years at a program before the transfer portal started generating mercenaries, and he put mercenaries in quote. At best, there were just a handful of kids, and by that I mean not many, who played all 4 years of their eligibility without a red shirt. And of those who did, not all were glamour positions, where a fan base as a whole would even know who they are. The vast, in capital letters, majority of kids who have gone through here, UNM and NMSU, and programs all over the country for that matter, were not household names and didn't play all 4 years. They worked their way up in the program and had 1 to 2 years at best of notoriety. So please stop the mercenary whining and crying and belly aching and be happy kids are wanting to come to our programs. Either that or come up with another excuse for not going to the games, as this one is played out and expired. My keyboarding career almost came to an end after a chop saw accident about a year ago. And let me tell you, between the accident and the shot they gave me before they fixed my digit, the pain was extreme, to say the least. I hadn't felt anything like that until this morning. I actually couldn't disagree less with Les Sean's email this morning about Lobo football and their long road to recovery. The program was very close to death, and Coach Gonzalez has done a phenomenal job and shouldn't be anywhere near the hot seat. The pain, the horror. I may have to call in sick the rest of the day. And to add salt to my wounds, Jerry Palm had relevant and good things to say about Coach Kill, and I agreed with that. Devastating. Getting the coffee and hot chocolate ready for the first cross-country meet this Saturday, Grady in Santa Fe by way of the urgent care. All right, a couple things. He referred to an email we got, I don't know what day, earlier this week, about, what did it say, if the Lobos make the Sweet 16 in basketball with, quote, a bunch of mercenaries, will anybody care? And another one of those emails where I'm sitting here scratching my head, and if it says New Mexico on their jerseys and they're playing in the pit, and you're telling me Lobo basketball is a matter, it's a great point. How many of these guys, and you're all going to have one or two, right? Royce Olney did this, and David Gibson did this, and Luke Longley and Rob Robbins, and okay. How many guys, give me a program. Give me Duke's great program now. Oh, go the last 15 years since the one and dones have been there. How many guys are going 4 years? Are they mercenaries any less than a guy who's transferring in? Is your definition of mercenary, the guys who come in here and they transfer, is that any different than the guy who goes one and done to Duke?
Oh, goodness.
I mean, other than their talent and they're going to the NBA, one and done. But what's the difference? They did 1 year of that program and they bounced to the NBA. So they played at Baylor, North Texas, Minnesota, wherever. They transfer in here for 2 years. And somehow people have a problem with that. Or I got a transfer from quarterback from Kansas. Well, he's a mercenary. I don't understand. Give me the difference.
Winning?
Well, yeah, they're going to the NBA. And winning.
The level of success.
So if you win with these transfers / quote unquote mercenaries, that's a problem?
It is not a problem. For some, they feel it is, but it is not.
I lose my mind.
You play to win the game however you can.
Yeah. I think his email's dead on. And you proved it when your answer was winning. Was Drew Gordon a mercenary, or is he considered a great Lobo? What was Tim Williams? Remember, transfer from Samford. I think he had 2 years here. Really good 2 years. And you know what? He won. That was a winning group, right? Is he a mercenary, or was he a really good Lobo? I got one for you. Danny Granger transferred from Bradley. They went to the NCAA tournament. Did you care? I kind of remember the answer to be yes, right? I don't know, man. I've told you this, and I'm not telling you this to be a jerk. Okay, I'm telling you this because I think it'll help. If you can't get beyond the evolution of the game, and when I say the game, I mean college athletics. If you can't understand that college athletics and transfers and players moving around, I don't love it either, okay? I don't love it. I liked when guys were there for, that was, you signed up, you're there for 4 or 5 years. But if you can't get beyond guys that they're transferring, there's a transfer portal, then college athletics isn't for you anymore. It just isn't. Does that make me, do you find that to be reality, or is that flawed?
The reality is transfers are here to stay. Transfers to certain programs are going to be magnified, like at the University of Mexico.
Like everywhere. Give me a program that doesn't have...
And big-time programs.
Show me a program,
do the
period.
same thing.
I don't care if it's Farley Dickinson or if it's Duke. Show me a program that doesn't have a couple of transfers on their basketball program every year. You're not finding them anymore, boys and girls. And I'm not telling you got to love it. What I'm telling you is, for your own health, for your own mental health, like if you still want to like college athletics, if you want to be a Lobo or Aggie fan or whatever, you kind of have to accept it. And I so rarely tell you what I think you have to do, but this isn't going the other way. And how many guys, like let's just say you loved Cameron Bairstow. You love, and Hugh Greenwood started from the time he got here. But Cameron Bairstow, Daniel Ferris, guys you love, well, they were 4-year guys. They were Lobos. They got here. Yeah, but who was Cameron Bairstow and Daniel Ferris the first 2 years of their Lobo career? Who were they? They weren't guys that got on the floor. They weren't guys that you cared about. Grady's email's not totally wrong. Now you're going to tell me what about Kenny Thomas and what about Royce Olney, and they all contribute. Yeah, okay, you're right. And you might even find that now with Javonte Johnson, right? What if he stays for 4 years? That'd be really cool. There's going to be some. Because each young man and each young lady is going to find their journey and do what's best for them, and now they have the option to do that. But I think what Grady's referring to is that email the other day where if the Lobos get to the Sweet 16 with a bunch of quote-unquote mercenaries, will anybody care? Hell yes, you'll care. Hell yes, you'll care. Now, I don't know if they're going to get to the second site and get to the Sweet 16 round because you're going to throw a damn parade downtown and build a statue, right, if they ever do get to the Sweet 16. But, yeah. And how about Grady actually agreeing with Jerry Palm today? Like, what? I don't know if this is a good day or bad day for him. It's beyond nuts. All right, 505-246-0610. I don't mean to go off on it. I sometimes we hit a topic so many times, and then it's presented to me in a different way like this just was. And this is one of those we've talked about ad nauseum over the last, JJ, 2 years now?
Yes.
It's not going away. And so really your option is, well, you have three options. Accept it for what it is. Don't accept it and kind of say, I'm done with college athletics. Or still love college athletics and you got something to complain about on a regular basis and fire emails to me, which I'm good with all of that. I mean, do your thing. But I'm just making a suggestion because it feels like it might be better for your mental health. I don't know. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Telling it like it is.
So when the Cleveland Browns gave Deshaun Watson a guarantee.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco.
In the NBA draft, Oklahoma City Thunder from Gonzaga, out for the entire next season. Liz Frank surgery he's going to have, injured his foot in an exhibition, in a pro-am as they call it, up in Seattle yesterday. He is out for the season. Devastating, I think, for the NBA, and not crippling, but big news for the NBA. Devastating for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then Tyron Smith, the 8-time Pro Bowl tackle, left tackle, offensive lineman for the Dallas Cowboys, out. He is having surgery to repair a torn hamstring, ripped off the bone, out until at least December. So the blindside tackle who protects Dak Prescott, out for the majority of the season, if not the entirety of the season, which is a big, big hit for your Dallas Cowboys. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails in at Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. I'm not looking for degree of import on those two things, because I think both of those are gigantic injuries, and I mean, devastating to both those franchises. More so devastating to the Thunder, but significantly so to the Dallas Cowboys.
That is correct. It's a Cowboys team that they're already going to be searching for a bit of an identity early in the season. What is Mike McCarthy going to want to do? He likes to throw the ball, be aggressive. Well, they just have CeeDee Lamb, right? Dalton Schultz is a
Where do you put Michael Gallup coming off the injury?
Gallup's not going to be ready to play week 1.
Yeah, I know.
And then you're essentially your wide receiver 4 and 5, now you're wide receiver 2 and 3. Like, they're not playing Noah Brown in the preseason because he's supposed to be the wide receiver 2. Like, there's huge questions in the passing game. And when you already have an offensive line that's no longer the best in football, aged out, trying to turn it over, even an average tackle at this point in time is a loss this close to the season.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Gallup thing's interesting. So you remember we were talking fantasy football? I told you I had a trade on the table. Lamar, I was going to give up Lamar and I think Miles Sanders and get back Jalen Hurts and McLaurin. You know what that trade turned into? He's like, yeah, no, I want more, but I'm going to give you, and then he gave me a list of backup receivers. It turned into, all right, well, give me Sanders, and I'll give you Michael Gallup and Mike Davis. He picked up Mike Davis. He's like, well, Davis will back up Dobbins for you, and Gallup's going to be really good. I'm like, am I just new? Am I the new guy in the league? So I'm going to give you, I think you want DJ Moore for that. So I'm going to give you a top 10 receiver for a guy who's coming off knee surgery, isn't going to play, and a guy you picked up on waivers who's backing up my backup. Like, okay, we're done talking. Well,
those are the worst.
Am I a new guy now all of a sudden?
The people, and it happens, talking to you, my fantasy baseball league, homeboy, you know who you are. He always picks someone up off waivers and then puts them in a trade offer.
Yes.
I'm like, why would I want the guy that you picked up this morning
that I could have
to
had
try
for
to
free yesterday?
steal other people's players in a trade? Like, if it's there can be bad trade offers in fantasy sports. You got to start somewhere, but don't be the dude that just picks off a random guy. Not even like the hot guy of the week. Like, oh, I got the number one waiver claim. Everyone wants this guy. Now let's.
That's
talk
a
about
different
trade.
story.
Yes,
That's a totally different story.
Not just picked up a dude who's like might back up this dude over here. You want him? No,
dude. We're having a conversation. I'm literally going. All right, I said, if we're gonna trade, let's go big. Like I got Lamar Jackson. I'll give you Lamar Jackson, and I'll give you really a starting running back. Give me back. I'll take the hit at quarterback, but I want Jalen Hurts and Terry McLaurin. Right? And that was one we discussed the other day. Kind of has you scratch.
Good trade.
All right, it's value for value. Yeah. He comes back, no, but give me DJ Moore, and I'm going to give you a hurt receiver and a backup running back to a what?
No.
And now you know what it's
like. Can we
like
stop talking now?
When you try to trade.
Well, and
Kevin
he's the big trader in the league. Like, he's the guy who makes it all happen. And so I guess if you wear down people enough, I'm like, please delete my number. I love you, dude, and you know who you are, and you might even be listening. But really, that's what you? I mean,
shout out.
Like we've made trades over the years.
We're talking about it.
We have, and that dude's traded with everyone. But I'm like, wait.
And then you get hopefully.
And my whole point was trying to get another starting receiver, not give up my best one.
A good offer, and then you never know like what the best times.
What's the intention? Trying to be slick?
Yeah.
Trying to hose
criminal.
Pull one over.
Smooth criminal.
But like, am I the new guy in the league?
No.
Like, I might not be smart, but I'm not new. There's very few things now that I'm new at.
You just gotta...
Like, if I start comedy, that'd be new, right? I'd be new at
you've
that.
Been speaking for a long time.
Yeah, but I haven't stood up there with a mic and a drink in my hand.
Yeah, but I would.
Do you have to have a drink in your hand?
I would trust you. Everyone's different.
I would trust me too.
Well, what are we drinking? What are you saying? Like a drink?
Well, yeah.
Because sometimes.
I mean, yeah.
Some people just need a drink in hand for like
a prop,
or if they need a second to sip to like they're nervous. Yeah,
a crutch.
It's actually a good crutch to have.
All right, whatever.
Anyways.
Yeah.
These smooth criminals.
I don't even know how I got there, man. You brought up Michael Gallup.
It's a very important topic at this time of year.
The right way to
getting
address
hosed
trades.
in a trade?
Yeah, because it's like
do it.
We're almost to the regular season, and people think they're slick right now.
You need to have that week 1 barbecue.
Yeah, I would wait till after this week to make any trades.
Locate which friend you want to trade with.
Yeah. Give them some shots.
And then
Give them some birdie juice,
little
Jeff.
Loose, pull one over on
No, Jeff. On the back 9, do it. Jeff, on the turn.
They all want to play golf. That was the other thing with the draft. Hey, let's go play. You play golf, dude? I'm like, do I play? Not really.
What? Yeah, right. On the turn, that's when trades should be made.
Yeah.
And let them beat you on the front, and then not only take the trade, but then paddle them on the backside.
Get a glizzy, a Tecate, and a trade.
All right, get me a wide receiver. All right, we'll wrap this thing up. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness.
Right now, I am. I'm making a wide receiver move. I mean, Davis Mills is really good, but I can only put so many eggs in my Davis Mills basket. Don't you think?
Well, so you're offering Davis
No,
Mills
no,
to
no.
someone?
I just picked. I
No
just
offense.
made a wide receiver.
Oh, okay.
Waiver wire.
Gosh, watch
Thursday.
Davis Mills go off.
Tell me you're not hoping for that.
Oh no, nope, not in my household.
I don't know that he's good. I mean, I just think they're going to be behind so much. I don't think he's horrible. They're going to have to throw the ball.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I'm not saying he won't get you points.
I'm just looking at him thinking, all right. I mean, dude's going to have to, like. Did you watch the end of last year? I mean, dude put up numbers. Davis freaking Mills. That's what we're talking about. All right. I got a bunch of stuff. Disagree with Scott. This says, Gopher says, just double checking. Level football possessed the Rock a total of 7 minutes more over the season than their opponent. Okay, well, that's good. Disagree with Scott. Defense wasn't on the court 50 minutes a game. Look at the finals. All right, that's good. No, I didn't double check that. All right, thank you. I needed that fact checking. That's good. James says
You could also look at how every stat you can twist to make your point.
Yeah, and I guess, yeah. James says on Danny Gonzalez, Jeff, I'm going to agree with Lenny. If Lobo football goes 3-9, he may not be off the payroll, but the casual fringe fans are finished, like they were with Davey when he lost to Rutgers. Isn't that amazing? You lost to a Big Ten team, and that's how you. That's why you lost.
Like,
faith?
how long do you think Danny Gonzalez has been the head coach of the Lobos? Because we got the follow up from that dude who's not a Lobo or a Danny fan.
Yeah.
And he's like, simple solution to underperforming, excuse-riddled, overhyped Gonzalez teams. Don't go overhyped. What? It's been a year.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to count 2020, go for it. But it's still then been 2 years. Where's the overhypedness coming from when you've sat here from the beginning saying this is going to be a long process?
Yeah, I don't know if they're overhyped. I mean, look, your marketing is going to say go out and watch a team. The hype this year is that they'll be competitive. Is that been the hype? So let's see if they're competitive. The hype isn't that they're going to go win a conference championship this year. Nobody said that. The hype hasn't been, hey, they're going to a bowl game even this year. I think that's a hope as opposed to the hype. Are they marketed? Yeah. If they weren't marketed, you say they should be marketing. I don't know that I think they're overly hyped. Or what does it say? Overly hyped. Yeah. I don't know that I buy that. They're marketed. They're marketed as they'll be exciting and competitive. Is that correct?
I don't know if they're marketed as that. I should just come watch football.
Yeah. they're hyped as they're your team. Well, they'll say New Mexico on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that I buy that either. But look, and I think to your point, that sounds like, I'm never going to be a Lobo fan. I'm not buying into this anyway. So,
Bob Davies burner phone. What's going on there?
It could be Bob Davies' burner phone. All right, 505-246-0610. You got a few more minutes to get in, don't you? Yeah, I think you got a few. The email's Jeff@sportsanimалabq.com and JJ@sportsanimалabq.com. All right, yeah, no, I did just make a fantasy football move. I'm just moving rookie receivers around. Dude, I've loaded up on rookie receivers hoping I hit this year's Jamar Chase.
That's a good strategy.
Is it?
Especially if you, yes.
Yeah.
Because rookie receivers don't do real well. There's
always one that does.
There's always one, and I got like 3 of them.
I think you got
2 good ones.
Yeah,
and 1 total crapshoot. Yeah,
that's what you got to do. Especially late in drafts, if they're not off the board, take some chances on the rookies. Someone is going to pop.
Well, I'm all over them. I mean, I got a lot of freaking rookies. All right. What do I get? I get football tonight, don't I? There's National Football League games tonight. Did you know that?
2 of them.
There's 2 of them tonight. Didn't Kansas City play tonight? Kansas City plays
Green
the
Bay.
Packers. San Francisco plays Davis Mills and the Texans. Who's Davis Mills' backup? Do you know?
Ooh. Dun, dun, dun. Stumped.
Davis Mills backup. That's the Houston. You're like, who the hell is Davis Mills? Kyle Allen and Jeff Driscoll. So I'll see some Kyle Allen and Jeff Driscoll tonight. That's what I'll see. Chad, good morning to you. How you living?
Yes, Chad calling today. How are you, gentlemen?
Good, Chad. How you living?
Question for you guys. This is something, I'm a big White Sox fan, as you know. Anyway, do you think if we got rid of Tony La Russa, we'd make a run and get into the playoffs?
I'm going to let you take that one because I know what you think.
Where do you sit on it, Chad? that says it all.
Give it a thought.
JJ, what do you think? Is he gone?
He gone.
He gone. All right, go.
I haven't been a fan of Tony La Russa since the beginning. It was
since 1988.
It was a good.
I think we know that.
It was a. Everyone saw the writing on the wall. It was an owner hiring his buddy. It was not improving the franchise. They're on a good trajectory. I mean, Tony La Russa in to be like, I'm an old man who knows baseball. We're like, fantastic. He doesn't like any of the young guys on his team. And only 4 games back, so he got a chance.
What did he get on his guy for? Hitting a home run when
It is another one of those dudes. He had his catcher was like grinding, finally making his major league debut after like years of Major League Baseball. He started the season on fire, and he hit a grand slam, I think, against a position player. And Tony La Russa got mad at him for it. At that point in time, it's like, go retire, dude. Sit on the porch
so
in your
random.
rocking chair. What are you doing?
Why do you hate the old dudes, man?
I just love it.
Because they get mad when baseball players do baseball things at the wrong time.
We got to
in a
do it the
baseball
right way, JJ. There's a way to do it, and there's a way not to do it.
You should have laid down a bunt. Well, don't put a position player on the mound.
Play
the game of baseball.
The White Sox are 4 games out of a wild card. They are 2 games above 500. Your wild card teams in the American League right now are Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Seattle. Baltimore 2.5 back, Minnesota 4 back, Chicago's White Sox 4 games back. They still can make a run. I think the world wants to see Seattle and Baltimore somehow find a way into the playoffs, into the wild card, because, well, they haven't been. If only he was bald, I'd really root for him, like the old bald guy.
Yeah.
You know I root for old guys and bald guys.
So this was back in May last season.
Yeah. He's got really good hair for an older guy.
Yermin Mercedes is DH at that time. He swung at a 3-0 pitch in the 9th inning of a game in which the White Sox were leading 15-4. He hit the 47-mile-per-hour pitch over the center field fence for his third hit of the game.
It takes some strength to hit a 30 or 45-mile-an-hour pitch that far, by the way.
La Russa said after the game, quote, "Big mistake. The fact that he's a rookie and excited helps explain why he was just clueless, but now he's got a clue." What a joke, man. Like,
so you know how like there's little things that get under my skin?
Yes.
Tony La Russa gets under
Yes.
his. Like
Well, I know.
That's
like
that's
he's
the one.
clueless.
Yeah, yeah.
I know I'm near two, but I know that.
Like,
Tony
the
La
dude's
Russa's
trying
it's
to
the dog whistle for him.
The dude is just trying to play the game of baseball, continue his big league career, put some numbers up.
That's all Tony La Russa's trying
Oh,
to
it's
do.
a
is
big
manage-
mistake. The big mistake is having some dude on the mound that's lobbing 47-mile-per-hour pitches up there.
Just throwing pus.
What's the joke?
Yeah.
Hitting that out of the park?
Yeah.
Or the fact that that's how you win the baseball game?
My job is to hit ball. I hit it long way. That dude's throwing pus at me, and so I pumped it over the fence. Yes, that's what I'm paid to do. Look, Tony La Russa is just trying to manage baseball and extend his career and stay in the game. Why are you all over the old fella? Thanks to Jerry Palm. He was with us today. Man, oh man. It's been a week, hasn't it?
Yes.
You know what we're going to do tomorrow? It's 9 o'clock. We're doing our win totals.
Can't wait.
Mountain West and New Mexico
Making
State.
you money, because go the opposite way.
I reached out to the main coach.
100% good. Yeah, that'll be good
Just
next
let
week.
you know.
Good. Go through the SID on that. That'll be good. Jim Rome show's next. Heard with Colin Coward after that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4. Isotopes and Tacoma tonight. Josh Sushan will have the call from the ballpark. Great work, Adrian. See you later. A. Marie, terrific work as always. Thank you for caring. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. We're back at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you then.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.